Hi everyone, welcome back to Undesign Craft channel. Halloween is just around the corner, and today we're adding some extra spooky magic to our crochet collection. In this video, I'll show you how to crochet a spooky frog and a witch potion bottle. The perfect accessories to go along with our Halloween Hello Kitty, or to use as little spooky decorations on their own. The frog is cute, but has that mysterious Halloween charm, and the potion bottle adds just the right magical touch. And if you'd like to crochet Hello Kitty herself, you can check out my previous video or find the classic Hello Kitty written pattern available on my Ravelry. Here are the tools you'll need for this video. 4-ply cotton yarn from Susan's Family, a 3mm hook, a stuffing tool, a pair of scissors, a 5mm eye bead, a needle. Alright, let's get started on our spooky little frog. First, make a knot in a magic ring. Go ahead and work 8 single crochet stitches right into that ring. Pull the yarn tail tight to close it up. And then make a slip stitch into the very first stitch to join. And that's it. Our very first round is complete. Now, let's move on to round 1. Start by making a chain to begin the round. Then, we're going to work 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. Here, I recommend using the X stitch, which is made with a yarn under technique. This helps keep your stitches straight and prevents them from slanting to the right. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 16 stitches. Don't forget to slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round nice and neat. Alright, moving on to round 2. This is where we'll shape the little frog's eyes. Start with a chain to begin, then work 4 single crochets. Next, we're going to make a puff stitch using 5 half double crochets. To do this, yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, and keep doing that until you have 5 half double crochets sitting on your hook. Once you've got them all, yarn over and pull through everything in one go. Now to secure the puff, make one chain And just remember, this chain does not count in the total stitches. And there's our first puff for the frog's eye. Now, continue with 6 single crochets across. Then make another 5 half double crochet puff stitch for the second eye. Again, don't forget to chain 1 to secure the puff, and it won't be included in the stitch count. To finish this round, work 4 more single crochets. Then slip stitch into the first stitch to close. That completes round 2. We now have 2 puff eyes in place, and the total stitch count is still 16 inches. Now let's move on to round 3. For this round, we're going to start shaping out the frog's face a little bit more. Work 1 single crochet, and then follow that with 1 increase. Repeat this sequence, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, a total of 8 times all the way around. And remember, if you come across that extra chain we made to secure the puff stitch earlier, just skip it. It does not count as part of your stitches. By the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches in total. Skip that extra chain we made to secure the puff stitch earlier. It does not count as part of your stitches. By the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches in total. Alright, now for rounds 4 through 6, this part is super simple. We're just going to build up some height for the frogs. Next, let's secure the eyes. Take your 5mm eye beads and place them just below each puff stitch we made earlier. That's where the frog's eyes will really pop. Once you've got them in position, melt down the end part of the bead stem and gently flatten it to lock it in place. This way, the eyes stay nice and secure and our spooky frog won't lose his spooky stare. Now let's move on to round 7, where we'll start shaping the frog's little legs. Begin with a chain, then work 6 single crochet. Alright, now we're moving on to the frog's legs. For this round, the stitches in between the puff stitches need to be followed, but the starting and ending stitch count can be adjusted. This is because everyone's work might slant a little differently, so you can add or minus a stitch at the beginning or end to make sure the legs sit in the right spots. I've placed my markers here to guide me, and now we'll work the puff stitches for each leg following this sequence. Next, we're making the back leg. Work a puff stitch using 5 half double crochet. Continue with 2 single crochet, and now for the first front leg, work a puff stitch using 4 half double crochet. After that, we'll do 2 invisible decreases. To work this, insert your hook into the front loop of the first stitch, then into the front loop of the next stitch. Yarn under and pull through. Then yarn under again and pull through both loops. That's 1 invisible decrease. Repeat once more. Work another puff stitch with 4 half double crochet for the second front leg. Then 2 single crochet, and puff stitch with 5 half double crochet for the second back leg. Finish with 6 single crochet, slip stitch into the first stitch to close, and that completes the round. Total 22 stitches. Now for round 8, we're going to start shaping down the frog's body. Begin with 1 single crochet, then follow with 1 invisible decrease. To make the invisible decrease, insert your hook into the front loop of the next 2 stitches. Yarn under and pull through, then yarn under again and pull through all the loops on the hook. That's your invisible decrease. Repeat that sequence a total of 7 times. Remember, when you come across the little chain we made earlier to secure the puff stitch, it doesn't count as a stitch, so make sure you skip it. Finally, in the very last stitch of the round, just work one single crochet. By the end of this round, you should have 15 stitches. Go ahead and fill the frog with some polyester fiber. Don't overstuff, just enough to give it a nice round shape while keeping it soft. Now let's continue with round 9. Work 7 decreases all the way around. And then finish with one single crochet. That leaves us with just 8 stitches in total. Go ahead and fasten off. Leave a short yarn tail, then thread it onto your needle. Now, insert the needle through all of the front loops only of the remaining stitches, weaving all the way around. And here's our little spooky frog all done. The puff eyes and tiny legs give it such a fun look, perfect for adding a bit of Halloween magic to our Hello Kitty scene. Now a witch is never complete without her potion, so next let's crochet a spooky potion pot to go with this set. Make a knot in a magic ring and work 8 single crochet stitches right into that ring. Pull the yarn tail tight to close it up, and then make a slip stitch into the first stitch to join. For round 1, start by making a chain to begin the round. Then, we're going to work one increase in each stitch all the way around. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 16 stitches. Don't forget to slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round nice and neat. For round 2, work one single crochet, then follow with one increase. Repeat this sequence a total of 8 times, and by the end of the round, you'll have 24 stitches. For round 3, we'll start building the pot's little legs. Start with a chain, then work 2 single crochet. Next, make a puff stitch using 5 half double crochet. This will form the first leg. From here, continue with 5 single crochet. Then add another 5 half double crochet puff stitch. Repeat this sequence another 2 more times. Finally, finish the round with 3 single crochet. For round 4, work 1 increase, followed by 2 single crochet. Remember, if you see that extra chain we made earlier to secure the puff stitch, just skip it. It's not counted in our total stitches. Repeat this sequence a total of 8 times all the way around. By the end of this round, you should have 32 stitches. Moving on to rounds 5 through 9. This part is super simple. Just work 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way around. By the time you finish round 9, you should still have 32 stitches in total. Now let's shape the pot down in round 10. We're going to do 1 invisible decrease, then follow with 2 single crochet. Repeat that sequence a total of 8 times all the way around. By the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches. For round 11, we'll use the same sequence as before. That's 2 single crochet, followed by 1 invisible decrease, but this time we'll only repeat it 6 times around. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 18 stitches. Now moving on to round 12, this round will be worked in the front loop only. We are going to do 2 single crochet, then follow with 1 increase. Repeat that sequence 6 times all the way around. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 24 stitches. Once you're done, make sure to leave a long yarn tail for sewing later. Next, we're going to move on and start crocheting the portion itself. Pick your favorite color of yarn and we'll be working it into the back loop of round 11. Just place 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Now for round 12A, we'll start shaping the portion bubbles. Work 1 single crochet, then go into 1 invisible decrease. Next, make 4 half double puff stitches. These will form the cute bubbly texture. After that, do 1 more invisible decrease. Repeat this whole sequence 2 more times until you finish the round. Alright, moving on to round 13A. We're going to start with 4 half double puff stitches. Then, skip 1 stitch and work 1 invisible decrease. That extra chain we made earlier to secure the puff stitch, just skip it. It's not counted in our total stitches. Repeat this sequence 2 more times to complete the round. Don't forget to stuff with polyester fiber before the hole gets too small. Fasten off and weave through the remaining stitches to close up the hole nice and neatly. Next, remember that yarn tail we left from the pot? Now you can use it to weave along the edge of the pot. This will create a nice clean border and give the pot a more defined rim. Take your time to weave evenly around so the top edge looks neat and holds its shape beautifully. Next, you can use another color of yarn to create the sprinkles on it. And that's it! Our spooky frog and magical little potion in a pot is all done. This makes the perfect match with the witch Hello Kitty. So if you've made that one already, now you've got the cutest spooky pair for Halloween. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss the next fun project. Thanks so much for crocheting along, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crocheting!